You're listening to I'm Telling You. You're listening to I'm Telling You.
Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of I'm Telling You.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and you know what? This is special. This is dose in a row. Miss JD in the house.
Word.
Yeah, so here's the deal.
Special.
Yeah. Hit us up, ity@directionstomusic.org. Tell us that you want her in the house more often because she's awesome. Thank you. And if not, you can also reach out separately at GMINI@directionsinmusic.org
Or PHILLYD@directionsinmusic.org.
Dope. Yeah, hey, and first-time listeners, if you're just checking in, this is a 30-year friendship between you and I. Well, just trying to have as raw and organic of a conversation where we literally have no idea what we're about to talk about.
It is so organic, we have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, this is literally the real world.
Episode? I have no idea.
It would be like, dude, if I could know the future, I would tell you, but I can't, so we don't. So,
Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah. So, yeah, but we also lace in a bunch of like dad jokes, movie quotes, music quotes, and because Miss JD is our fact checker.
Hey.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it.
All right. Which, so Philly D, I don't even think you,
Mr. Gemini.
yeah, and
Clickety clack a fact checker, Miss JD.
yeah, you got to get that proper, like, let's toss it in there. You know what I mean? It's all good stuff. Just like, hey, this is DIM, directionsinmusic.org. Yeah. This is where you're checking us out.
Tune in.
Tune in, yeah.
Tune in and
Tune in, drop out. Or
don't forget Larry K, our guy.
Oh my God, yeah.
So right before, what is it? Is it 6 to
6 to 8?
6 to
2
8.
hours. 2 hours of rock amazement.
And I just have to say, if anybody hasn't checked it out, it's not just rock and roll, it's rock history.
Oh yes.
Because he takes you to class. He really does.
Oh yes.
So
and then afterwards we got reggae. You know how much I love that? Like we
is
actually
he still rocking the
listen.
reggae after us? I love that, man.
Dude, when we're listening to it's
It's on the mellow tip.
It is.
It's
just it's all peace and love. Like we're getting history, knowledge, entertainment. I mean, between Larry K to us all the way to the reggae, this is a beautiful 4 hours of enjoyment. And thank you for checking us out. We appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Speaking of appreciation,
we love you, Danger Mouse. We love you.
oh, I'm your biggest fan. We have Miss JD in the house, right? We also have, because she did so, special privilege. So if you could, what are we about to do here? Tell the people, paint the word picture.
So I'll let you discuss the type of liquor, but it's a tequila, and we're using oranges with cinnamon on it.
Now, here's the deal. Like, is this going to be like tequila shot or tequila sipper?
Shot. It's like instead of doing the lime and the salt, you do the orange with the cinnamon.
So now, do we do the orange, then the shot, or the shot, then so it's an after, just the same as you would, lick the salt, take the shot, then get the, okay.
Except you don't have to pour salt on yourself and
you don't have to do all that.
It's just
That would be so unhygienic.
shake the cinnamon on the orange slice.
I said
Shoot the
salt on the
tequila, eat the orange.
No salt.
I said no salt on the margarita. Yeah, no. Well, so here's my thing is typically, you know me, this all right, so speak of the liquor, it's just, Patron Añejo, nothing. It's just, that's the choice that I like because of, they do the zebra cask. It's, oak and, French and American oak. So you get just like a little bit of vanilla, but also a little bit of smoke. And for that short of an age, I mean, it's just, to me, for my palate, it's just a really good tequila. So normally I would just drink that. I might throw an ice cube or two at it, but it's just really good tequila. I mean, some people.
Now, what's the age range that this has to fall in?
So Añejo has to be 12 months or 1 year plus. Or no, wait, no, sorry. Yeah, no, that's correct.
Under 3.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Well, because extra. So I think it's pretty much the fact of you're getting 1 year, but I think they age it ranging like typically like 1 to 1.5. And that's depending on getting the mix right so that it's always consistent in flavor.
Right.
Whereas, yeah, the extra añejo that's when you hit the 3-year mark. And so, I mean, yeah, the añejo typically is, I mean, it's a year and a half. Whereas reposados, they'll be anywhere from like, say, 2 months to 11 months. So depending on who it is, what it is, and you know, how much, whether or not they're trying to get the coloring from the barrel or the smokiness. So they choose different oak and stuff. That's why I'm like, dude, my choice isn't like the best. I'm not like, oh my God, no, it's my palate.
What is
it's
it?
Just
like a silver is basically,
it's just distilled. It's just straight.
Old enough to be alcohol. That's basically
yeah, no, it's made. But here's the thing though, man, like tequila, like true tequila, the way they most would do the agave is they literally do a cook. And it's typically either a oven, you know, like a brick adobe, like real deal, you know, like what we would call a pizza oven now, but, you know, an adobe.
Yeah,
an adobe oven or in ground. And, I mean, this is a 27-day typically smolder and smoke. It's like a slow, so, I mean, it just cooking itself to break down all of that fiber, you know, the connective tissue of the agave, so that you're really extracting the true fruit of it, you know, through the juice.
It's probably making all the conversions so that you can have, you know, consumable sugars.
I mean, I don't know.
That'd be my guess. But it also imparts flavors.
What do we got over here?
So tequila añejo is an aged 1 to 4 years in an oak barrel. It also means old or vintage in Spanish. It tastes richer with notes of vanilla and cinnamon, and it shines when drunk straight on the rocks. You can also taste the nuances of its character, and that's about it.
Yeah, see, I was right. What's up? Thank you. I love my tequila. Anyway, so we're gonna do these. Are we doing shots of tequila? Is this what's happening? We do not by any means promote or this is literally a special occasion. What you?
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now.
Who's got the glow sticks?
Well, it's also early birthday.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, right. There you go.
Get the nose of that. That smells really good.
A salud.
All right. So shoot it up.
Oh my gosh. That is so delicious. Do you go right for the orange? I got to savor that, man. I love it. Again,
the
it's
whole
just,
idea is to get the mix of the flavors together.
I mean, personally, I really enjoy
the mark.
I enjoy the extra añejo, which is a little bit pricier, and because you know he's my guy and gets it for us, because you know I do the snacks and whatnot. It's like a fair trade system kind of thing, you know. So it's like I'm not gonna ask him to get so you know, but he's a man, he's a champ, and he gets me the añejo, which you know, hey, you've earned it, bro. Because I love it. Do you know? Give me slap hand. There you go. Gotta slap hands.
The cinnamon, if taken at the flavors taken on at the same time as the tequila, actually will enhance the flavor because that brings out the flavor of things. That helps you experience that. Isn't that what our guy was telling us? Something about cinnamon.
I got it all over me.
Yeah,
what guy? Who's that?
That about you?
Who are you talking about, bro?
You know, our round guy's guy.
Oh,
You know, Mr. Scott.
Mm-hmm. This is correct.
You were saying things about cinnamon and about vanillin.
Yeah, well, he knows like he's like
The
uber
proper
nerd.
terminology.
Yeah, he's uber nerd in that sense. Yeah, he breaks down, you know, the science and the biologicals, and I mean, he knows the literal bacterial difference down to, you know, like genus, kingdom, blah, like it's just like, whoa, bro.
I thought that was so funny.
Nerd alert, ease up, homie.
and that he just openly shared that when we were talking about it. I was like, you know, about making certain sours and that you have to introduce certain bacteria. And he said, yeah, yogurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not like a secret. Like, we don't have to keep that close to the chest.
God, no.
And apparently people just openly share this, that you can add actually yogurt in your fermenter.
Correct. Well, because Well, but it needs to be of a decent like it needs to be like it's preferred.
Well,
if it's
what
like,
I heard
like a
him
whole
say,
or a Greek or something.
right? No, a Greek yogurt, not just like
Or
a
even
Dannon
one
or something with the fruit on the bottom.
Yeah, not just like, oh, here's yogurt. No, it needs to be one of
Like an organic, if possible.
correct,
And,
or like the whole blah blah blah.
Well,
so whether it's Greek or
specifically the Greek, because it has most of them will actually list the strains of bacteria are on there, so you know exactly what's going in. But that's pretty much what you're looking for is those types of bacteria
because they're healthy
and having a bunch of them and in such an abundance in one place, it just makes it easier. You can literally just dump that into your fermenter.
Dude, did you literally just?
I was just
as you. I'm not even going to say what you
I'm
did.
not making hand motions
The
like
hand
that. That's
gesture
very
was
inappropriate. Could you please stop doing that?
Good thing you can't. What?
Why do you do that? And then you try to make it like it's me.
When it does that. I don't. Yes, yes,
really
Goose.
disturbing.
I know the finger.
I wasn't.
Tell yourself that it's all good.
That's what you see.
That's
And
what I agree with you. That's what you believe you're hearing.
That's right. I agree. That's what you believe you're hearing or seeing.
Oh yeah.
These are not the droids.
She's almost through the first one. Yeah, she's like 20 minutes late. Yeah, you missed the final. We're starting to break, Miss JD. All right, so those of you who don't know, and for those of you who are following, here's the catch up. Miss JD has never Miss JD has never seen any of the Star Wars in its entirety or pretty much at all. And we've pretty much put it out to her where it's like, you have to like, could you stop, please? Come on.
It was for a fact. I'm sorry.
I'm going to pause you on that if you're going to get, geez.
Oh, man.
But
fine, go on.
Oh, stop it. So that's the thing is we've pretty much put it to her as like, hey, if you're going to be a part of this, like to indoctrinate, you got to watch Star Wars. You got to do this. So we're starting to get there. Yeah, she's 20 minutes shy on the first one, and I don't know what's your take so far?
It was a long ride.
Oh, I'm aware, and that's why, dude, I'm not like, oh my god, I can't believe she fell. Dude, no, but like, so far, what you recall of it, because we're gonna watch the alternate versions too, the animated ones. Yeah, but we'll as time goes, we'll make this happen. But so far, from what you recall, where are you at on Star Wars? Like, what do you think?
It's okay.
It's okay. Well, because going into it, you were kind of afraid. You're just like, is this going to be like one of those Lord of the Ring movies? And I'm just like, no. Here's the deal: the original Star Wars is like, it's as short and to the point as you can be, even though it's right around that 2-hour mark. But it doesn't feel like it. Time disappears, and it's such a solid production that it's just like, wow, it's over. What do you mean it's over?
I agree, because like the detail isn't overcomplicated. It doesn't hold you in one place for too long. There's always another scene to jump to. Like it keeps your attention. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it seemed like a much longer movie when I was a kid, but it really,
I don't know, it just like went on
so much happens. But it really, the way that they keep your attention is that it's the scenes are busting through like in a couple minutes. They're really not.
Well, and there's also so many components as far as like, to me, it explains the dichotomy of man, of society, like all of it. Like there are so many things that kind of comes from it and out of it that it's like,
Well, see, it fascinates.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like Star Wars geeking at my apologies.
Well, no, absolutely. But I mean, it fascinates me because there was a lot of focus in doing research for the movie. I think I told you before, I think it was, he was pulling from a number of different sources, mythologically, obviously, to try and create this seemingly new story. But really, he's retelling Joseph Campbell, like Joseph Campbell would say, which actually helped him out.
Oh, yeah.
On writing
break us off, bro.
Some of the storyline.
Yeah, you've told me. Tell them.
Joseph Campbell was a guy that was well, he wrote a number of books. He was trying to, I don't know. He had his hand on a lot of different pots. He was trying to do good for the people.
Kind of like a Walter Russell type, right?
Nonprofit type stuff going on. And he was very much into the idea of that, like all mythology revolves around this concept of the hero's journey, and that it was you can look all over the world and the stories are repeated in different, it's like different shades of the same story in a way. So,
like whether it's hieroglyphic stories or Sumerian stories.
Hero leaves the natural world and his comfort zone to go discover something that's scary, but kind of brings a wisdom and knowledge or something else that he can bring back to his people in the end. So he has to fight an enemy and he has to come out victorious. There's this whole cycle. And he said that's repeated. It's considered the hero's journey, that it's repeated in like every major notable story that you've heard ever since you were a tiny child. And they come from every corner of the world.
I was never a tiny child. So, I'm gonna be rude though. I was a chunker from start to finish. But yeah, no, because that's what I was saying. So like he's like a Walter Russell type, but within like it's almost like as if like Tesla kind of made money off what he was doing in a sense, right? Like he wasn't full tilt on having that kind of knowledge, but he also was. And he did it in a proper manner where he was promoting, community and whatnot.
But I mean, in the making of that series of movies, especially 4, 5, and 6, or like you would say 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars, that the focus was on bringing that hero's journey back to life, and it's like a retelling of an old story because, psychologically, humans like to have something that feels normal, comfortable, like there's some kind of pattern or repetition that you're looking for that makes you feel comfortable about it, but there needs to be a certain amount of nuance. That whole storyline was written with that in mind, to be able to bring that enticing feeling, that adrenaline rush that you get from watching the hero try to struggle to face his fears and come out victorious. That's what it's all about. As a kid, it fascinated me. Like, so for the two of us to look at you and be like, how could you never have seen this?
Dude, so here's the thing. In How I Met Your Mother, yeah, you're welcome. So in How I Met Your Mother, there's a thing that Barney does where he talks about the Ewok line. And what he does with the Ewok line is determine the relative age that the woman actually is, not what she says. And it's the difference of being in, mid to late 20s or early 30s. So difference of like 3 to 4 years, but it's like once you hit 30, he all breaks. He's done. He's like, no. Back of the line. Just get out of line. I don't, he's just like, not going to happen, bro. But it's literally the Ewok line where it's like whether or not you like the Ewoks or don't like the Ewoks or don't know about the Ewoks defines this line where it's like, beforehand.
So if you don't know about the Ewoks, that's even better, right?
No, that's even worse.
Oh, okay.
Because there's only one way you really wouldn't know about the Ewoks is if you were born in this time frame in the 70s where you wind up child-wise just skipping right over seeing the movie. And just like never happening.
That would be terrible.
Well, because then you'd be in your 30s and late 30s, and he's like, not happening, bro. So again, he has the Ewok line. I'm just saying, man. There's some truth in that. You know what I mean?
Who are the writers for that show?
You know what? That would be a great question for the fact checker
because I really do not know that.
Well, I'll be honest. I
mean, this is your show. You're always bringing it up.
I don't pay attention to the credits too much. At this point, I've watched them so many times that it's just
exactly am I looking for?
Producers or the writers of
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, because I mean, it's. I'm at a place where because us, we don't watch TV, but we don't mind having it on as like background noise.
TV than I do, yeah.
Yeah, and it's to the point where it's like, if we're watching it, we're not actually, it's literally background noise. It's almost as if like the radio is on back in the day.
You ready?
I am ready.
All right.
Who are the writers of How I Met Your Mother?
Kata Bays.
Oh, there you go.
Craig Thomas, Josh Radna,
Yeah, it's
Neil Patrick Harris, Jason Segel,
Oh, see, they let them get
Kristen
involved. Of course they are.
Okay.
John Lithgow,
Ooh.
Cal Penn,
Well, that's true. I mean,
and
what
Jen
is?
Morrison.
Yeah, you know what?
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, so some young blood and some old heads mixed together.
yeah.
Really?
I
That's
didn't know
what I
Cal
heard.
Penn was the writer.
Well, he's
On that show.
Do you know he was a part of
John
Obama's
Lithgow.
staff in the White House?
I did know that.
Right? Like what? Like, dude, not only is he funny and a great actor, and I mean, from what I've seen interview wise, a really dope person. Like, what?
How do you get a gig like that?
Because apparently he's smart and he knows stuff. Like he's above our pay grade. That you know what I mean?
It's not all about being smart, man.
So,
I think we could all learn a lesson from Forrest Gump.
dude, there's
I'm just saying.
well, but there's a difference. So to me, there's a difference of book knowledge and intelligence. You can read all the books in the world and be logical out the wazoo, like Spock in a sense.
Mama said stupid is as stupid does.
But sometimes being that logical, clear cut, like black and white only is not going to allow is not going to allow for that output of something. So it's like having that gray area, being able to say, hey, this little spot here, thinking outside the box. I mean, to me, that's really what it takes, that free thinking. I mean, I think Einstein and like Tesla is very much on that.
Did what box?
Right.
I mean, they had to get to that point where there was there is
no
absolutely
chair.
agree with that.
Right? Isn't that the philosophical thing?
And not to go back in circles, but we always talk in circles. But that's one of our favorite topics.
What's that?
Spin me right.
Well, really, really,
I appreciate
the whole
you.
concept that surrounds that mindset, like that Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, like that focused meditation that brings you to that place where you can enter a realm of creativity, of pure knowledge, of
Dude, you know, I just got with like
a river of information that is just floating above us that you just tap into.
the way you were right there.
What?
Picture, if you will. Dude, that was serious. Like,
Picture,
dude,
if you will.
dude, it literally, I saw the melting clock and all that, dude. I was just like, oh, yes. Go, bro, go.
I'm feeling it. All right.
And, but that's the thing that we talk about, how organic we are, that it's not even like we're having this conversation. It's more like the conversation's going through us.
It's like having us. Yeah.
You know what, like we're literally just the conduit of this to exist at this point.
So
What would you say?
our conversation
you do?
has reached.
I already told you I'm a evil person.
Our conversation has now reached consciousness status. What shall we do? Picture, if you will.
That's what I was saying. Like, picture, if you will, dude. Oh my god! And
A world, yeah.
this is why I love having the movie screen in my head. Dude, I'm literally.
And for real, you guys got me crazy lately just watching these videos about, I don't know, what's the kick on UFOs lately?
Oh, because that dude,
I mean,
bro,
that's like the new...
bro.
And
Dude,
what-
we
and
know
you
we
were
Now
can't.
we're allowed
we
to talk
can't.
about it without being called weird.
I know, well, you were just telling me, though, that
I
apparently...
mean, why call me weird? I like that.
That-
See, I don't watch
they're
the
now
news, but I was
saying-
somewhere where it was on, and I had seen that they were showing new UFO videos, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, because we've talked about this, we've watched videos and stuff like that, so it's nothing I would be like, But then it came across, and it said something about the government, like the DOD or whatever, had their first meeting about UFOs for the first time in 60 years. And there was two guys talking to a newscaster, and they were saying how like it was nice that they could talk about things without having like a stigma or something against it, or like being classified or like categorized.
just the
as
Department of
something.
Defense, like...
Yeah, like they can actually talk about it without being like, we're going to be made fun of, or,
Yeah,
we're going to get
ostracized
blacklisted, or,
yeah.
also kicked out, or losing my career if I stand out and say something or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, see, this is
The question I have, though, is when that day finally does come, if that's what's happening right now, how long have they been sitting on this information?
Well, but
let's not pretend this is just happening right now. Like,
see,
this is like 60, 70 years in the making.
Well, but here's the thing, though, is you have to understand is
And they
all
haven't
of
stopped
that.
studying it. They just wanted us to think that either.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like this either is or is not, and a declaration of we're about to be like, yes, we literally are not the only ones in the universe. What's up? Which, I mean, honestly, it goes to the conversation of like, if we are the only ones in the universe, that's kind of sad because it's like, wait, it's just us. I mean, not that that's bad.
Honestly,
but like,
it's scientifically impossible.
well, just as it is, it's not because, all right, because let's go back to Elon Musk, man. It's what, 1 in 1 billion chance of this isn't a simulation?
What does your intuition tell you?
Dude, this is a freaking video game. This is Grand Theft Auto meets The Sims.
Right, but we're not the only ones out here.
Well, no shit, because we're inside of a video game, so there's tons of us out there. We're all these like entities of light that are just hanging out.
But I mean,
inside. No, what
all of these entities of light
Wreck-Em
don't
Ralph.
all
I should just
exist
go kill
on
everybody
planet
on the
Earth,
street.
is what I'm saying. Like, do you agree?
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. You're a dad. You know this movie.
Of course I know Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph.
Which one? One or two?
Doesn't matter. We're Wreck-It Ralph. We're inside a video game and we're just like, hey, we're going to figure this out. Like you just like, you're literally tossing your quarter into the machine and it's like, I'm going to do a better high school or telling you, bro, this is a video game.
Well, I mean,
we're all inside. No, I can't. No,
it's a different way of describing the same thing that
exactly
that ancient Eastern ancestors have been saying for millions of years or thousands of years, whatever. That we're
there
basically
is no time.
That we're basically, what you are is nothing more than a result of a chemical neurological bond between a physical manifestation and a spirit, and the resulting effects that life has thrown at you, and like you become what you experience through this physical body, but that's not you. Like once you separate, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you. Once you separate those two things, that's us.
And that's why I'm like entity of light playing a video game, but it's like full on VR.
I mean, playing a video game is what all I'm saying is it's just a reference. It's a reference point for people who are.
Well, see, this, all right. So this is why I said Grand Theft Auto meets The Sims, because Grand Theft Auto is, there are no rules except for, basic constructs of, so, I mean, you have to like, breathe, eat, all that kind of stuff, right? Cool. Basic rules. I need shelter. I need food. Okay, cool. I get this. But me as a meat suit, VR, blah, 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 whatever, my physical form, putting on a wetsuit, green room style with like the ball, the full on green screen behind me so that you're getting all the points of reference and,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm literally a VR input as an entity. And I have to complete these tasks.
Motion,
and I have
a motion capture suit you're talking about.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for painting my word picture.
Motion capture.
Dude, what's up? Give it up.
Oh,
what's up?
Yeah, with all the
Oh, that's my man.
Yeah, with all the little points of.
But that's why I'm like, yeah, so
sensors and stuff.
Yeah, the green suit like an alien with all the white
It's
balls. Like, no, take us till you're a leader.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, man.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen Upload
Upload
on Amazon or Uploaded?
I don't think so.
No, I have not.
Oh.
She's like, okay,
I haven't. We'll have to come back to that.
I do. I'm sorry too. Okay.
No, I'll have to check that out. We'll have to
It's a
come back.
show where like when you pass, you get uploaded into like this like coded thing.
A matrix.
Yes.
That's a literal word. I know. Yeah. I'm not trying to reference a movie. That's literally. I'm speaking in literal English. So I'm sorry. Was I speaking too proper? Hey man, do you want me to be ghetto? I don't.
No.
How does this?
No.
What is this? I don't. What's high score mean? Is that bad? Did I break it?
All right, let her talk, man.
I forgot what I was saying.
See,
You know what I'm saying? He does that to me all the time.
Dude, you do it to me
All the time.
Why are you blaming me when you do this?
Maybe
you
I do. Maybe I do. But hey, you were right.
I'm gonna.
I learned it by watching you.
Dude, I learned about watching you because she came in, and so I was like free reign. I'm like, I gotta watch him no more.
Yeah, pass that buck.
No, dude, this is you and me. It's her job now. That ain't us. That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of pressure we throw on you. That's messed up.
I mean, we asked her by definition. I think on air we were even like, do you really want to do this?
Are you ready to take this burden?
Are you sure about this? Because I mean, we're aware. Like we know.
Like I don't even want to deal with me.
I know we don't want this. You sure you want to do this? Yeah. I was like, okay. Thank you. Oh, we appreciate it. And do we get t-shirts?
Like, I know,
when
right?
you get a t-shirt.
It's like
I get a tangented t-shirt.
it's like one of those like famous last words, hold my beer. All right, hold my beer.
Yeah, that was it. Watch this. It's just like, hold on, I'm getting my camera. It's just somebody gets an iPhone out or I don't know.
Hey, Cletus, watch this.
Yeah. Are you sure you still want to do this?
I'm all in.
Yo, dude, bro, because at this point, she's been with us for over half a year now, man. It's more than broken in. Like, dude, she should have like full reign of us. And honestly, she does.
If you're ready to bail, this is the time.
There's the door.
So Barney has a thing about that
here
too.
just to let you know, I am done.
And you go any further than this and you're definitely committed, but here's the door if you're ready. If you want to go.
So Barney has a thing about relationships where it's about different parts of the highway, where it's like the first exit and it's just like, and there's the second spot and it's, oh my God, like I'm telling you. And it's very, from a psychological point, honestly makes a lot of sense, which is why I think I really enjoy the writing. Because you said what Carter Bays, that was 2.5 Men. I think that's also a Big Bang Theory. That's just a lot of, yeah, right.
To go into a couple of those different writers that I'm not too familiar with, because I'm sure they're.
Yeah, well, this goes back to like I was saying with like Kevin Smith or John Hughes. Freaking Guy Ritchie. Any of those kind of cats, like it's just, they attempt to capture,
they bring in that kind of talent that's gonna write, that's gonna produce stuff that's in the same framework as what they're trying to produce.
Yeah, well, just like George Lucas with like Star Wars, they had that vision, they had that dream. Because think about this. George Lucas said that Star Wars was from a dream. What if it was a lucid dream? You know what I mean?
Well,
so
I don't
what
think
if
it was just one dream?
No. Dude,
He claims it was from a dream.
Correct. He says that the entire 9 chapters of Star Wars was from a dream.
Where was this?
Dude, this is going back like years and years ago from an interview. That's basically what it was what it came from. Yeah, he had a dream.
What an imagination.
Well, but think about that, like timing wise. We've talked about this with like DMT or more specifically like 5-MeO, where it's you're getting because again, time doesn't exist. So let's take that out of the window. You're getting in that reference of what seems to us on this plane as we exist right now is like, 30 seconds. However, it could have been like 5 years. So he could have literally have seen bing, ding, 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 like this progressive order. And it was just like, this is where it's at. Like, so he basically had a dream, and from there he set all of it in motion and was just like.
Well, was his dream a vision of someone else's reality?
Maybe it was us in the past. Like, dude, like literal 1 million years ago.
Or like we say, dimensions. One
Correct,
dimension
Mundo.
removed. Is that we have parallel dimensions. I've heard that said before, that every time there's an option to make a choice, that choice, however many options there are to that choice, could create a whole nother 2, 3, 4 branches. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
And that every time there's an opportunity for some kind of interaction mostly between one human being and another. I mean, that you create all these separate branches of reality. Like they could all exist within their own time. Like there's a reality that's just like this, except there's one thing that's different. You know what I mean? Like in this, there could be a reality that's just like this, but I still work in corporate America. Or, you know, certain things didn't happen over the last 3 years. I don't know. I'm just saying.
This is why growing up, I really liked the choose your own.
Oh,
Right, dude. So
choose your own adventures.
when you could, it's like, hey,
Turn to page 76.
exactly, bro. I love you so hard right now. I want to be balls deep in your love.
So if you choose to escape from the vehicle and grab the crowbar and beat all the zombies as you run to then see page 76. And you're like, okay.
If you want to be selfish and grab for the water and forget everyone else, it's like, no, bro, don't do that. no. Damn. Turn to page 17. You suck. You're dead. You're now a zombie. You're like,
17's the end of the book, right?
I know,
there,
it's
boom.
like instantly, yeah. What, dude? I would put it at that, like, you know what I mean? You want to put it like right up front where it's like, yeah, dude, it could be that quick.
Honestly, that's a good book to read because you can read like how many times? And get
17
like a different
times.
Get like a different story every time. You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't know.
I read that story and it was better like the 5th time than it was the 2nd.
Dude,
I don't know why.
I know with that voice.
Wait, what voice is that? Call it out.
Dude, it's Mitch.
That's Mitch.
No, dude, I was just like, if
I haven't slept for 10 days because that would be
too long.
too long.
I love Mitch.
Oh my God. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, no.
If I was gonna have infestation, I want it to be koala bear.
Koala bears.
Turn on the lights and they scan and say, hey, come here. I want to hold you and pat you on the top of your head.
That's him.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Escalators can never break.
A friend of mine
They
showed
can
me a
only
picture.
become
He
stairs.
said, "This is a picture of me when I was younger." I said, "What are you gonna say? You gonna show me a picture of me when you're older?" I'd be like, "Cool. Let me see that camera."
I wrote my friend a letter with a highlighter, and he thought I was trying to show him important parts of a piece of paper.
Oh, I love Mitch. Shout out. Love Mitch.
You want to be a race car
hey,
passenger?
bro. I will. Nah, for real.
Hey man, you really love Tide.
Dude, nah,
put
to
my
all
feet
the
out
great
the window.
writers.
They keep driving in circles.
Oh, Mitch Hedberg. Rest in peace.
This shirt is dry clean
I
only.
never ever know where. Yeah,
So you know
it's dirty.
it's dirty.
I
Yeah.
never know where this conversation. I never would have known it was going to win Mitch Hedberg tonight. So,
Well, bro,
but hey, we're skirting around the idea of aliens. So I guess that's not too far off.
well, that and
far out
UFOs and Star Wars and what that means on a dichotomy as an individual and collective and society and the possibility that we may be alone or in a video game.
I've wondered that for a long time. Like, are there people out there? Are there people out there that are trying to hide the truth from us, man? I'm just
It's like a
I'm just
bobcat
saying.
walking. Dude, I don't know what that shit.
I'm just saying. Like,
Easy there walking. Go ahead. Sorry.
like, and that maybe these Hollywood movies are trying to bring it to us and trying to tell us the truth, but that people have been. I mean, how much water do you think some of those stories hold that people have been holding back these truths about
All right,
what
you know
we
what?
know, right, and what we can prove?
I'm going to tell you right here because this is what I agree with, and I think because she's on board with this as well. Aubrey, right? Aubrey Marcus, when he introduces, Mateus and really gets to that level, he said one thing, and I know all three of us because we were talking on the backside. It was what feels right to you. Like literally when your heart, when your brain, when your soul, when you feel at peace hearing this, what feels right is the right thing. So I mean, there's like, bro, go ahead.
What?
Get on out.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Move
We're gonna
on
talk
up.
all feels.
I know we're gonna talk trash. Mr. Gemini wants an extra beer, so he's gotta like
Run, Forrest, run.
Alabama. But yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm gonna take it right back to that whole thing of painting the dichotomy of not just us as humans being conscious, but what that is to be within society and everything else. Like, so this is what I'm gonna skip past the whole aliens UFO thing. All right, we're all literal balls of light and love and energy and whatever else. We're physically in a freaking video game. Like, I really believe this. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this is kind of where I'm at. This is the thing that feels right with me, is that like Grand Theft Auto, you go and do this task. Maybe you make it this far and then you die. And so then you're like, all right, screw it. I mean,
Are you just saying like the issue of aliens is a side issue, that it really doesn't matter because we're all the same?
In a sense, correct.
Okay.
Because on a whole,
not that it doesn't exist, but just that it's kind of a side issue. It's
so I would say it's
Didn't you say at one point, correct me if I'm wrong, if you thought that like you had mentioned maybe like aliens or us or whatever other versions of us are just us on different dimensions or planes?
so correct. So think
Could
of
be different
this.
versions of us in different
there are some
bodies
very
or
humanoid
spirit,
looking
light auras.
Think of this, Star Wars. I love this. We can just come back to Star Wars. So think about how when the Wookiee and R2-D2 are playing that chess game with the three-dimensional chessboard, digital hologram creatures, right? And they're beating each other up. What if we
How did that go again?
and beating each other up? Yeah, go ahead. You wound up the monkey. You get to deal with this. Here's the deal. What if we're those holographic creatures and we're choosing? So they're not so much. And I mean, maybe they are, just like in The Sims, where you're just like, no, I want you to talk to that person. And it's just like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. You're like, why won't my Sim listen to me? You literally could have that kind of a situation. But so what if we're in that kind of a video game state where we have relative choice, as we call it, even though there's some sort of, backside pokey, jabby, go do this, that voice in our, yeah, we can poke it at you, where you're literally having that voice that's always telling you what to go do, but you're, sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't.
Are we talking like Free Guy, Wreck-It Ralph?
But all of that,
I think all of those speak to this.
But this same dude.
The
I've
same
always
idea
said
that you're talking about. That,
well, that's why I've always said the same thing with any kind of religion you ever pick. It's all the same story, just from a different perspective. Like, they're all kind of saying the same shit.
Yeah.
Well, just like Eric Von Daniken, what if we just
not on the surface, and that's what people get confused by.
Stop, dude. So what if these ideas, stories, teachings, whatever, just like Eric Von Daniken, what if we're seeing them incorrectly? So it very much could just be that we're literally in this video game, and our friends can not only like, I'm going to put a quarter in the machine and tell them what to do. Oh, like it's who knows? Like, but there's,
Even if you could, you wouldn't though.
what
If you were on that side, because the whole point is to come here of your own accord.
No, so I'm going to stop you.
I'm going to stop you right there.
My opinion. So you're not going to tell me what I'm thinking. This is what I'm telling you.
We're going to tell you what you're thinking.
No. So I'm feeling, so what feels right. Yeah. Like we're in that kind of a video game. So like not literal, I'm going to put a quarter in the machine, but you could just be like, all right, now it's my turn to mess with them. But because what if it really is that kind of a game? And we're here taking things all so seriously, and they're on the outside watching like Chewbacca and R2-D2 playing this weird holographic chess game of us making our choices. And they're just like, he doesn't, what is it? This is hilarious. He's going to love this. And when we get back to the other side, we're just like, oh my God, I'm going back in. I'm doing this. And you just get to keep doing it again and again. We have such an amazing, fun, awesome video game at this point that's why we have so many more people coming in as humans. So these like light soul beings, instead of being a tree or, a cricket or algae, or we're all choosing to be more human, which is why we have more human parts in this world. Because there's that many more people who are like, no, I'm going to do it. Like, that's why I'm like, bro, this really is a video game.
Holographic reality. I mean,
but dude, I really like the idea of Chewbacca and R2-D2. Wookiees are not too known well for taking to, maybe you let the Wookiee win.
Well, I mean, some of what you say suggests that the possibility that we have no control at all.
No, that's why I said we still have choice.
The idea of control is just an illusion as well.
Well, that's why I was like, so you still have choice, but there's that piece that's still kind of like, no, you're going to eat now. You're going to eat now. You're like, no, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to do it. So we still have choice, but there's still that nagging component where it's like, no, bro, come on. Like, dude, bro. So it's like The Sims in Grand Theft Auto. That's why I'm like, I feel like this is a video game, bro, but it's an interactive audience participant.
Yeah, this should be a thing.
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's literally people in the audience right now just like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Saying we speaks the truth.
I'm just saying, to me, that's what feels right.
With the words and stuff.
Not that I'm saying this is correct.
What feels right?
The idea that we live in a simulation.
Because the way you touched yourself just then, I wasn't sure what you were...
Do you like that?
Way to touch myself.
Feels right.
Yeah, right. What?
Huh? What?
What? Oh, whoa.
We got spirit.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Hey.
5, 2, 6, 4. People that shirt. 2, 6. It hurt.
Rico.
I'm a model.
Suave.
I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Yeah. Dude, my little turtle's on the catwalk. Is that what you said? Oh my God. See, yeah, bro, I told you.
I agree that that's what you thought you said.
I agree. That's what you believe you're hearing right now. If you're going to quote, you can't even quote yourself right. You're still 73%.
Shut up, man. 70% of the time, it works every time.
That's pretty true with you, bro.
You know what? I'm just gonna take a break right now and just say,
you already did that. You can't do it anymore.
I love you guys, man.
You've already tangented. You can't tangent any further.
I love you guys.
I love you, Danger Mouse.
I love you.
Bro, I called this out weeks ago when we knew that this was coming. I was like, yo, I guarantee you when all three of us are in the house, in the studio, it's gonna be, and
it's gonna be an emotional time.
I mean, if you want me to hug you later,
I'll always take a hug.
Oh, Miss JD's hug. Oh,
I'm gonna get up. Go
ahead. Yeah. Oh, they're hugging. This is it's the cutest thing. Like we really do have so much love, appreciation, acceptance. We really just want you to love yourself and love everybody else. I mean, that's really why we end every show with love yourself and love everybody else. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you can't love anybody else unless you love yourself first. So.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you.
You gotta just have fun with it. I mean, it's
You're right.
It's tough sometimes because
preach. Lord of mercy.
Well, I mean, we're our worst critics, right? I mean,
We can be.
we judge ourselves so harshly, and like nobody else sees what's going on in our heads and what we're judging about ourselves and how we're dressed. And I'm sure people are judging me based on how my kids are acting or how my whatever it is. And it's like,
What car I drive, what pants I
we're
wear,
always so caught up in what everybody else thinks about us.
what words I say.
This for me is a moment to kind of step outside of that and just enjoy being me. Right. And I think if we all had that kind of connection with each other, even if it's just like one or two members of your family, just to be able to have that connection that a couple times a month you get to talk to each other and really, really just kind of share these silly, offbeat, like whatever it is that makes you, you know?
See, this is why I love like the idea of back in the day where we had pubs and the pubs were literally for the public.
A public house.
And that's where everybody congregated and
Somebody
told
like
them-
me would own a small property that had access to certain means
Your beers would be dope,
and
bro.
would make
or your grog
would make their own beer
or braggots.
or brag. Well, I don't think
Back
we can-
then.
I don't think we're allowed to say that word.
But I mean, think honestly, in that point, I think braggot would have been probably more appropriate, like honey. I'm just saying, grain and honey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's. I should have been born in the 1870s, bro.
I'm just saying where I actually have to light a fire to get, you know, like physically light a fire in order to get my brew pot going. And how do you maintain a temperature when you don't you have to count the bubbles? Like well, no, you figure out what temperature your water's at.
Well,
You
no,
have
because
idea.
they-
Judge based on your flame.
Like chemical
dispersion
additions,
of
like
the
you have to
flame.
guess based on, and that's
No,
I've
no,
thought
no,
about that
no.
before because like nowadays, like
Hold on.
you have instruments. Think about it. You have instruments
Yeah.
that you can use to
mercury thermometer. Do you seriously check when was because I think
test that would be enough.
well yeah
Yeah.
because I mean you're not talking. I mean back in the day they probably weren't making like massive kettles.
If you got, I mean,
You're probably talking like a small cauldron.
if you've got
like a few gallons.
a basic high temp mercury thermometer, you could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
That it would definitely be easier, but
And or
that's
you know what?
one aspect of it, though. When you think about it,
Well, you know, though,
how do you test pH? Was there a way to do that,
so think about this. Remember how we were talking about?
or is it all guesswork? And
Remember how we were talking about doing moonshine?
Mm-hmm.
What if they just had done so many trial and errors?
well, that's the other thing. Are you just basically
literal
getting a recipe
recipe.
that's been passed down, and variations have been placed on it, and different.
yeah.
But there's always certain hard and fast rules, like, you know, it has to be at a certain temperature because otherwise you're going to start producing rubbing alcohol, basically.
Well, so, but what if like the ingredients list was like 3 pound sugar, 8 yeast, blah, blah, whatever the thing is. And all of a sudden it's just like, 1/3 cord wood. Okay. Cause that's
and
how
a
much,
pinch of love.
cause that's how much wood you would have needed to like make the
Well, how
fire
much wood
of
would a woodchuck chuck?
A woodchuck could chuck wood.
Well, if a woodchuck could chuck wood,
A woodchuck would chuck all the wood. A woodchuck could
a
chuck
woodchuck
wood.
could chuck all the wood it could chuck.
What kind of
don't
show
know
is this? What did I stumble across?
Wait, why did I click on this? What happened?
Yeah, again,
Where am
an
I?
hour of this. No, 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 no. So there's this movie, Star Wars.
A long
guys.
time ago.
I don't even know
A
what they're
galaxy
talking.
far,
But see,
far
like,
away.
dude, Spaceballs.
The Search for More Money.
The flamethrower.
Oh, the original.
No, the cereal. Wait, no, the toilet paper. The lunchbox.
Well, it all comes into play.
I really feel like the whole Spaceballs Mel Brooks version is kind of like what the Family Guy 1, 2, 3, even though they did pay more homage because they literally did take a 2 hour and truncate it into like 45 minutes, which is dope. And
Did they do it over 2 or 3 episodes?
No, two.
2 episodes.
Yeah, that's why it was about 45 minutes because, it's like 2:33, 24 minute, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
Mel Brooks, though, really just like, he gets it. You know what I mean?
Well, he made his own version of it.
But he took 9 chapters and did in like an hour and a half. It's like, and we're done. Next.
Barf?
Not in here, mister. This is a Mercedes. Dude, oh my God.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
Dude, you want to talk about solid writer? I mean, Mel Brooks wrote some great comedies.
Yeah, it's true.
Which even he tested boundaries, which is beautiful. I mean, because that's kind of like that. I feel like that's a component of what we do is we don't so much literally attempt to do, but in us doing what we do, we seem to be going against what's, because we're not attempting to have that same water cooler conversation. We want to talk about things that seem to have a difference in making things better.
Well, and we've been exposed to too, and in this environment of being able to look up anything you want at any moment.
So 23 seconds ago.
Exactly. I totally lost my train of thought.
I mean, well, we kind of are at, like we're
we're there anyway, I guess.
So that
Hey.
seems to be did we find something?
Well, you just want a fun fact about thermometers?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like so
So-
when were they created if we could? A Mercury or any
It's probably a fortune to
The
buy one.
earliest were developed in the 16th centuries.
Ooh.
that's what I'm saying. So there
However, it was no
Oh.
mercury.
oh.
So it says the instruments were constructed so as to trap air into glass tubes with open ends of submerged reservoir of water. In 1610, Galileo used wine instead of water, and it was one of the first to use alcohol in a thermometer.
Well, so that goes to your idea of the hydrometer, right? We're getting the buoyancy between the difference of sugars and stuff, right?
Well, I mean, for anything that's going to measure something, it's just it's got to be a constant. So it really doesn't matter whether it's alcohol or water or saline solution or what it is, but it really doesn't matter as long as it's constant.
You know what it is, though? You don't have to go home,
No, you really don't.
but you can't stay here.
Can't stay here. I'm sorry.
Sorry, folks.
We love you and thank you so much for tuning in.
Hard,
It surprises me at all that we have numbers.
that we have like here's
No,
a
I mean,
2.
honestly,
here's a
when I
7,
really
here's
think
a
about-
14. Just
When I
handing
really
out
think about
numbers.
it, I'm surprised that anybody listens at all. So I'm so grateful. I
Because
really
we
am,
always said
truthfully.
even if it was more than just 5 of us, which it really was.
at one time it was really just us listening to
us.
ourselves.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Is that depressing? I really don't.
Not no, because we've learned and we've grown.
It's
Which,
true. It is
still, we gotta go.
Yeah.
So this is I'm telling you. Check
is-
us out. Hit us up. ITY
At directionstomusic.org.
Gemini GEMINI at directionstomusic.org.
Philly D PHILLYD at directionsinmusic.org.
Yeah, so this is Philly D.
Mr. Gemini.
GEM.
Would you know your clickety clacker?
No.
Yeah, go for it. It's good.
very. Oh yeah. I mean, hey, it happens.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Clickety clack a fact check with Miss JD.
There we go.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate you, fam. Love you so much. Be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else.
Much love.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.